What is going on YouTube? Here back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video specifically, we're going to be looking at XRP, Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, if we have time, the S&P 500. Basically, we're going to continue from where we left off yesterday. As you guys remember, probably the past 2 days, we've been tracking what could have been a potential correction to the downside. We were waiting, tracking the moment. Finally, we saw the perfect opportunity to buy into the market for a potential short. And then literally just a couple of hours after that, we just started to drop in price. All of the analysis and all of the charting, all the leads were pointing to a small correction in price, and that's exactly what happened. We capitalized off of this. I shared it with you guys on YouTube. I even posted it on Patreon. So we were literally headed in the perfect direction. Well, great. Now that the correction is over, now where do we head? Are we going to head back up? Are we going to reverse to the downside? Are we headed to all-time highs? These are great questions that I'm going to try to answer in today's video. And if you guys are interested, definitely make sure to watch the video to the end. Make sure to subscribe, smash the like button as it does help support the YouTube algorithm. Turn on post notifications, and then follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial. Otherwise, let's jump right into today's episode. So really, where we left off the past couple of days, we do know that we saw, literally going back a week, an extreme explosion to the upside. We saw a massive run. We did our countdown. As you guys remember, the countdown was from about a week's worth of, correction, or a week's worth of waiting and consolidating. We counted down 7 days. Boom, that's when the breakout happened. We capitalized off this run as we were all very prepared for it. And then as we kind of teeter-tottered at the top, we let it kind of hang out there for a little bit, figured out that there was another support we could use for reference on Bitcoin, and then capitalized off a run to the downside. Well, as you can see right now, Bitcoin and these other cryptocurrencies have fallen. They did fall the past 2 or 3 days. They corrected to the downside. We saw a pretty immediate drop from $24,300 all the way down to $21,900. So this was a pretty steep drop that happened fairly quickly, and we were able to capitalize off of this. The thing now is, where are we going to go? I know that's what I'm getting asked all over on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. Everyone's DMing me, asking me this, and I kind of wanted to give my feedback. Hopefully this answers some of you guys' questions. But basically, we saw the drop. We have to now reassess our positions, figure out where exactly we're going to be going, and then how are we going to move. Now, before I jump into the technical analysis, I just want to reference once again that I still do have a Patreon up. I did link this in the description. We have a few tiers left. I actually removed my $100 tier just to show you guys this, because I haven't had too much time to focus on that $100 tier, and I don't want to offer something that isn't 100% perfect just yet. So that's why I have just 3 for right now. We have over 160 people in this group, and they're all just killing it, die-hard cryptocurrency fanatics that really just can't wait to share information. And we basically just pull our thoughts and create some fairly profitable trades. Otherwise, I do post my specific trades that are obviously time sensitive. As you guys know, it takes me quite a bit to post things on my YouTube, as I have to edit, upload, and then export it. And that takes some time, a couple of hours. So with Patreon, I can literally just post my trade that I'm making literally within minutes of doing so for you guys to see. So definitely make sure to check that out. I did link it in the description down below. Also, don't forget that we are still doing our $200 giveaway. I did link it in the description down below as well. There's only 9 days left, over 2,000 entries. So definitely make sure that you are one of them, which I know one of you guys aren't. So definitely make sure to join it down below. Otherwise, moving into the technical analysis specifically, you guys can see a few things of interest here. So, let's just go through these cryptocurrencies, and then we'll focus in on one in specific, and we'll move on from there. As you can see, XRP clearly had a fairly big drop. We did see the correction, we saw the reversal, and this doesn't look like something that we could probably just have figured out by just staring at XRP alone. Yes, we did have some huge uncertainty in the market for the past 2 days over here, back in the 17th and the 18th of December. Today is currently the 22nd. But what we did notice was that these other cryptocurrencies in Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum were showing signs of reversal that were much stronger than XRP. We also knew that if we saw Bitcoin start to reverse downwards, it was easily going to infiltrate and pull XRP and these other cryptocurrencies down with it. So here's where we stand with XRP. XRP is currently starting to see a bearish cross on the moving average. We have to consider that, and we are currently withheld at a support, so that's a good thing. We had this massive, descending fractal, or we had a massive pennant flag formation. We broke out. Now we're literally retesting the point of entry where we broke bullish just a couple of days ago. So it's interesting to see that we are starting to hit this bottom once again. We'll see how that plays out. Looking at the other cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, we did tweak these charts just ever so slightly, just to get a general understanding of what we're looking at. What I started to see was a fairly accurate, ascending fractal or an ascending channel. But what's interesting is it doesn't hold out quite well. It's just used as a reference from what is happening to Bitcoin. I'm now applying it to Ethereum. If you take into consideration, we did have a support, and we are retesting this uptrend support here, which is fairly accurate. And it seems like we're just kind of holding on by the skin on our teeth. So we're just waiting to see a full-blown confirmation of Ethereum breaking below these uptrends and supports to ultimately correct this, what could be as low as 485.
I'm having trouble hearing you.
Why does Siri always activate itself on my phone? Weird. Or on my Apple Watch. Otherwise, we are starting to see that correction. We are starting to see a bearish cross on the MACD. These are all signals of what could be potential leads to the downside. Now, what's crazy too is I'm definitely big into the crypto community. I'm hearing what other people are saying, and we have really just two options. People are obviously, they're confirming the opportunities. These crypto analysts and these crypto experts are thinking that Bitcoin is going to head at $25,000, which is accurate. Vice versa, a lot of people are also thinking that Bitcoin's going to head into the 19,000 area, which is also fairly accurate. And when you look at the charts that we have pulled up here, they both make total sense. They both make huge total sense. If we have another rally in Bitcoin, we have the possibility, we have the potential to easily swing to 25. 25 is right here. This is literally could be by the end of the week, we could see $25,000 on Bitcoin. But then take into consideration 19,000 in that zone. Back down to here where this uptrend was is at 19.5. We could easily see the coin drop back down to this $19,500 area very easily. Which one would be probably better for the market? I would probably side on more of a correction. I know I'm sounding fairly bearish. I kind of sound bearish on Patreon as well. But for the most part, we kind of need the support in order to head higher. Yes, it would be lovely for us to shoot up to 25,000, but then what? Most people are probably going to FOMO back in, and we're going to see a big pop to the upside. But then what's going to happen? We're going to expect to see a massive correction to the downside that's going to be very quick and very harsh, and a lot of people are going to lose a lot of money. That's what's going to happen. Otherwise, we correct back to the downside. We can prepare for this. And what does that do? It lowers ourselves on the relative strength indicators. It lowers ourselves on the MACD. It gives us better potential on the moving averages. This will give us the space and room we need to grow back up to 25,000 without having to crash immediately after. Honestly, either way, we're going to profit whether we head to 25 or to 19.5. Regardless of the direction, we're going to make money. But as of right now, it seems like the coin wants to just trend sideways, which is fine for right now. Granted, it has done this in the past. Just the last run we had took over a week of consolidation where the price was just hanging out at about 19,500 until it decided to correct lower and retest this uptrend. So let's see how the coin decides to do right now. I'm going to just take a step back, reevaluate the market. I'm not going to put my money in just yet, and I just want to see how this coin decides to trend. Understand, we don't have any, analysis. We don't have any indicators besides, the MACD, the RSI, the moving averages to better our, understand and better ourselves for movements to the upside. We have no more analysis from the past. But granted, this is all-time highs for Bitcoin. So we really have to focus on just these few indicators and play it conservative and play it safe so that we don't lose out on a big profit or a big short or a big leverage trade. We don't want to do that. So I'm really just waiting right now to see the consolidation, figure out where it goes, and then I'll figure out when I want to buy back in. Moving on to Litecoin, same thing really applies itself. It's just too hard to graph at this moment in time. So my focus is really off of Litecoin. It's mainly on Bitcoin and it's mainly on XRP. As for the S&P 500, we're seeing some pretty wild stuff. Granted, yesterday, which is pretty incredible. We actually pulled back down to the point where I drew support. This is the neckline, the original neckline, which is a lot lower down. But what's interesting is we're currently retesting that support. We saw a huge wick, which shows that the bears are really not in the game right now. We may actually head up higher, which is interesting. Otherwise, my money's in on the S&P 500 again. I'm just going to let it rock, let it ride for a couple of months, and we'll, go from there. But otherwise, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. If you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe. Turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. Remember to check out my Patreon. I linked it in the description down below. And then make sure to enter the giveaway, as I did link that in the description, and it does end in 9 days. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.